fight resumes. But will it
be a little bit tougher, considering they don't know? Well, yeah, they're just not that well combined on the team, the roster just yet. But I'm definitely looking forward towards it. I want to see that mid matchup specifically because I have no idea what's going to happen.
Yeah, this is going to be just with all the wild picks. The first test is going to be in the comfort. You can see the odds with BetBoom that you can click through the banner below the stream. That's a beautiful hook to start. So you can get a $15 free bet for new customers as BetBoom. It'll provide you as they provide a first blood on the side of GAIMIN Gladiators with that Timbersaw chase. Even having the Ricky go in. Be just a moment. There we go.
I mean, that's the reason why you go for the Crystal Maiden Pudge combination. It's just an easy setup into hook. They managed to make that happen in the mid lane this time, and it is going to be first blood in favor of GAIMIN Gladiators. Not a shabby way to start off this. This is probably going to be a little bit of a slaughter fest kind of a game.
Slaughterfest is a good way to describe it. That early setup. In fact, just on the clockwork isn't going to be the biggest deal. Oh man, they're going to set up for a second. There's no way this Broodmother can get them off the Rubik. Just needing to back away. That's so much early damage. This lineup should have some success. However, they're trying to catch Timbersaw. Seems like there's good movement, but at what cost? Ace is just 200 HP remaining.
They did manage to get
they're going to have to rely on...
So that's a big plus for GAIMIN Gladiators. Oh, look at that damage.
The first blood. Oh my goodness.
Doesn't have to care about the first creeps either, because the first creep wave always, they encounter each other, so you can't like pull them off. So yeah, the nastiness is definitely there already. Oh my god, Saxa is going to get taken down in the process. Got to get those flesh heap stacks up for GAIMIN Gladiators. I think that bottom lane is probably where 90% of our focus needs to be.
Maybe it's hard to say. I think there's going to be bloodshed everywhere. The more that I think about it, everyone on both of these sides kind of wants to just fight. We're not going to see that changing anytime soon. Topson getting heavily harassed by the good old flaming spears.
He doesn't even have inner fire yet, so that just shows exactly how confident Twin is. Is going to take a heap of damage though from Topson, and yep, the Huskar almost gets taken out in the process. Charge forward, Twin does get charged down by Topson, and yeah, not going for the inner fire is.
Cores on GAIMIN Gladiators are all staying on top consistently with a measurable lead of the cores of Tundra.
Yeah, they're farming
4K at the 11-minute mark. So much gold.
Oh, Pudge in trouble. Topson from behind. Duracho. The charge actually is nope, I'm out of here. Shenanigan. Hook comes through. Oh my lord, the longest hook you've ever seen, but it's going to connect. Duracho with a beautiful pick. Uses the Thunderstorm to get that little bit of extra range he needed. And he's building the Scotty next. That's his second item, and that is pretty much the essential item the hero needs to be able to fight against the GAIMIN Gladiators roster, especially against the Huskar, because without the healing amplification, like healing reduction by 40%, plus it pierces BKB, that Huskar would be demolished by the TB.
Demolished would be a pretty fair way to describe it. The fact that the Primal Beast going into low Topson's a bit dangerous.
The interrupt right
Trying to
there.
use the punch hook to save the Huskar, but is denied. That's the first life down. It is with the Silent Snake King getting harassed by Tofu.
Nice ulti from
and this
Sunrise.
entire lineup is split.
Gets interrupted though with 12 right. Duracho's going to go for the nom. Smoke onto Topson. Can he get away? They're trying to continue the fight. The stolen smoke screen comes into play, and they're actually going in. Finally, Ace joins the fight, but with that Sunder, Nightfall will be able to heal back to full stolen timber chain by Sax. He's trying to be such a big nuisance, and he's being successful right now. Ace, the hook is going to miss. He is in trouble. He's actually going the opposite direction to make sure his teammates don't get overwhelmed. He picks up the rune timber, and Ace is going to be able to get out of there. Oh, the timber chain misses, and he's able to get himself out of dodge. You still have a chase coming out from Saxa, who's greedy for blood, but it should be Ace staying alive. And all in all, a favorable fight right there for GAIMIN Gladiators. They lost, and also soon enough the Huskar Ags.
Yeah, and when the Huskar Axe comes out, I don't know what they're going to do.
That's pure damage right there, coming in from Saxa, blowing his opponent up. They quickly interrupt Duracho. Nice pulverized damage coming in with the BKB. Duracho's trying to run away. Can he stay alive? Hook stolen by Saxa. Drags Duracho back, will cost him his life. And Duracho's still not dead somehow. Gets the blink off a little bit further forward, but will eventually be overwhelmed. And right now, they do not have Quinn. They do not have Duracho. They do not have anything.
Lineup. The fact that Scotty isn't enough is a little concerning.
Oh, Quinn.
They're going to immediately go for the spike. Lockwood has the vision for the tight under follow-up, and man, the instant break, they're able to easily take Quinn down. No way for him to respond, and guess who doesn't have buyback as well? It's GAIMIN Gladiators.
Yeah, Quinn's been caught out a couple times too many. It's been a rough game for him on the last pick. Huskar likes to play, of course, Huskar likes to play low HP, but with a break, two breaks on the opposing side, and with Scotty as well, playing on low HP tends to be very suicidal. Pretty good load sort game. There are a bunch of spells that you want to reflect. Obviously, you know, Pudge, ulti, Crystal Maiden's freeze is pretty annoying to get out of. Also, the sleeping dart is something that you want to possibly reflect if you can. And the Huskar ulti would be perfect, because then he'd taunt himself, sort of. Keep himself occupied. They're going to charge in onto the high ground. Can they get the damage in? The break is there. The damage is significant. Quinn is being slowed down. There's a break stolen in the process. The charge is going deeper with the refresher used from Topson. Double kill secured. Dodson in the building. Nightfall trying to man fight up against the Ratchet. Does still have a Sunder available, but Topson's going to get control on the side. He got a little bit too greedy, a little bit too far. The hook comes in. Saxa is going to get control. Nice drag back out of there. The taunt comes into play for Quinn. Does he get the control? And actually, Quinn is going to die. That's going to be a dieback as well. Duracho with the buyback. Hook back onto the high ground. Timbersaw needs to disengage. They bought back en masse for the GAIMIN Gladiator side. They will finally get themselves in control. The Aegis is going to get popped in TP without the Metamorphosis. There's no TP no longer. The X comes out immediately, and finally they do manage to get the kill secure, but it did cost them 3 buybacks and a dieback onto Quinn. So a very dangerous Ace, for instance, who is just loving life on the Timbersaw. He's got... Does he have an equipable axe coming in? Because Ace is incredibly fat.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, and that's a bit concerning. How do they break through him? That's going to be the challenge.
Nice
they
catch.
take this team fight.
They're going in. Nightfall with, again, the BKB pop going in. But the Aeon Disc pop by Duracho. Is it going to keep him alive? No, it's not. Oh, the refresher. Duracho is going to try and stay alive for a little bit longer. Gets the blink back. The refresher keeps him going, but the rest of the team is in trouble because they do not have their Pudge available anymore. He cannot do much except for hook Quinn out of harm's way. Ace gets the kill on snaking in the process, but they're chasing for more. Saxa with the control. Is it possible to keep them at their neck and arms? It will be a 2-for-1 trade. Again, Metamorphosis was used, but he did buy a refresher on Nightfall, so he has another meta available for the high ground push. And this time, there's not a double Aeon Disc to keep the Pudge alive.
On top of it, using the refresher orb early, not to sustain the Metamorph, not to be able to get off another Panic Sunder quickly. No, it was just so he could get another Silver Edge break against these cores, and that's the entire reason. Despite all the refreshers and the Aeon Discs used on the Pudge, he is unable to stay alive and gets broken through. Now the Ricky forced by back, and they are going to try to turn this around. Able to break pace, and oh no, they see the Huskar, they see Quinn. They will back away even with the slow.
Oh, run, Piggy, run! The slowest Piggy the world has ever seen, and with that sleeping dart, it's very problematic. Duracho has a hook available if he gets a lucky one, should secure a kill, but they're going to back off. They don't really have another Metamorphosis available, and Refresher is on cooldown to find what is essentially a huge objective at this point in the game. 33 is not there.
That's what the focus.
The TP back to
Oh
base.
boy, they're pushing in. Oh, good sentry, able to get to sleep early, but it forces the blink out. They're able to expose this Ricky, and now we
Save
start
from
what could be
Duracho,
the last team fight.
but he's in trouble. Duracho is going to get controlled up. The fight goes onto the side. Quinn is already dead. No buyback available for Quinn. They tried to keep their heroes alive, but Duracho, what might it have cost? It might have cost them the entire game. Duracho is going to get overwhelmed. Does also not have a buyback available, and he's still on the dieback timer right now. 1,000 gold off of it. Tofu, the man that got caught, cost them so much. 3 deaths without a buyback available between them. Crystal Maiden has one soon, but 30 Refresher obviously available when needed to get his actual Metamorphosis off. But there is no buybacks available, and they don't really fear anything at this stage. It's just going to be the defending game coming through. And the second set of racks in favor of Tundra. On towards the bottom to secure Megas before Duracho will be respawned, because he's 800 gold away and he will not get it back in time. They're actually going to go in onto Quinn, who's going to get broken. Quinn, the Force Staffs do it. They keep him alive. No, they do not. The Husker is just easy fodder. And with that Metamorphosis, they should manage to most likely get themselves at the very least Megas, if not more. They are keeping the TV occupied quite significantly though. Nightfall.
They're able to keep this fight going for so long.
Oh, the lift up drag back, the damage is immense, and
counter.
The ace kill has been secured. A 7 kill streak, that's how long he's been alive, has come through, but he was the one with a buyback available. Duracho is going to go in onto the TV. Nightfall, can he get the Thunder off? He does get the full Thunder off. Heals back to Ace's full HP. Duracho with the pressure has to run away. No buyback on Ace. Charge forward to Topson. He's going to get the pulverized smackdown coming in. Lotus was too late. And they find Duracho, no buybacks available, and it seems no chance available here for GAIMIN Gladiators. So, without the substitutes, GAIMIN Gladiators stomp Tundra. With the 2 subs, they managed to take game number 1 against GAIMIN Gladiators. That is a pretty phenomenal performance.